Hello guys. This is not a normal video I usually do video games and stuff like that, but I'm absolutely pissed off. I'm a European, I'm a Finnish, I'm half American, so I have interest in all around the world. But this pissed me off. Pissed me off to the max. It's about chat control, it's about voting, democracy, and what the hell is happening around the world. Let's get into it. Let me move my camera over here. Let's go here. Look at this. I heard about this chat control controversy, so I googled it, and here's an AI answer. The controversy is because more lawmakers voted against it than for it. You see, this usually means that if me and my friends are going to have a plan, more people have to be for the plan than against it. That's the general idea of democracy. We have to get the consensus, and based on the consensus, go forward. Let me read you these numbers. Let's get real close here. So the numbers are 314 people voted against it, and 276 people voted for it. You see, let's take a calculator. And take the bigger number, the against, and take the smaller number, the 4. Oh, that was the wrong number. It was supposed to be minus. Sorry about that. Let's do that. So let's put it this way. There's 36 people who voted in the other direction. This is not an equal number. There's that many people. This is how many ministers voted against it, or whatever parliamentary people. And you see, those people didn't just show up. They didn't just show up over there and voted. You see, we voted these people into power. So this means that each one of these people probably got thousands of votes. Thousands, if not millions of votes to get into power. You see, these people aren't just random people. It's people we voted in. So these people represent us, and so their 38 votes that represent us were not counted. And so let's say just 10,000 people voted for each one of these 38 people. That means that 380,000 people's votes just were not considered in democracy. Okay, whatever. Maybe they have a good reason. Let's go look at this. This site is called chatforce.com. I don't know how reputable these people are, but let me just show you this. Let me move my camera again a little bit over here. All right. So here we go. The EU Chat Control 1.0 passed on July 9th, despite more votes against it than for it. Builder Archetype Guide. I don't know what that is, but that's probably just the name of the site or whoever did it. And here, I'll read this one. The European Parliament voted 314 against and 276 to reject EU Chat Control 1.0. Now, people are talking about this thing called a threshold, and I was thinking about what is the threshold they're talking about, and then I saw this word, the absolute majority of 361. Okay. So what is absolute majority mean? So I went to AI, asked, what does absolute majority mean? Here, let me read this for you. I'm gonna get off the screen. I asked, with bad English, what is the absolute majority? An absolute majority means more than half of the members vote. And I was like, okay, I want to know a little bit better than whether. Example, if there's 100 members, the absolute majority is at least 51. So it's not only 50%, but 50% plus one dude. So that's easy to understand. Okay, so let's go back to here and do some math for you guys. We have, we have this number and we have this number. Okay, so let's take these two numbers. Let's put them together. These are all the people who voted. These are all the people who voted, by the way. Not just people who are in the parliament, just the people who voted, who are actively there, present. Not just if I'm elected and I don't go to work, I shouldn't be voting, because I'm not there, obviously. And also, I should be counted into the major vote. But let's do some math here. So we take, 114. We take 2 there. We take these two numbers. This is the entire amount of people who voted. That's all of them. Because you can only vote yes or no. That's all of them. Now, if we divide this in 2, and we do +1, this is what would be considered the absolute majority of the people who were voting. That number is smaller than this group of people, the 361 votes, or no, I mean the threshold. So let me zoom in. I'm super dyslexic here. Look at this. This amount of votes. Okay, I'm messing up. Here it is. Here's the voted. 314 is the amount of people who did not want chat control. This is what the absolute majority is of the people who actually actively voted. This is the amount of people who should not have been considered anymore after they had lost the vote. Now here's the thing. Here's the trick. Here's the trick how they do not consider voting any more legal precedent for having an opinion. Now, if we go down to I'm not really sure if it's here, but let me ask how many people can vote in the parliament in EU? Let's go ask a question. This is just in general the entire amount of people. You see, okay. So here we go. Absolute majority of the MPs. These are the people we voted in. We are the people who voted these people in. Remember that we are in control. If you remember back in the day when we were in control. Right here you can see. Absolute majority of every single person who can vote, all the MPs considered, is 361. Okay. That's pretty cool. That means that we need 361 votes to be a majority. And now, if we go over here and we see the numbers, you see this is not that number. This is lower than that number, if I remember correctly. 361, 36. Wait, where was it? Oh, this was the number. Sorry, I was reading the wrong number. I'm dyslexic. It's like. Okay, 314, okay? 314 is not 361. That's true. You got me. Okay? It's not that number. It's not the majority threshold. Now, my question is, how is it possible that we are considering into the vote, or the threshold, all of the MPs? How does that make sense? Okay, if I go outside and we count all the people outside, you can count me. If I count all the people in my house, there's one person in this house. I can't count my wife. She's at work. I can't count my dad. He's in another house. I can't count other family members. They are not in my household. Okay? How is it possible that a vote passed by counting people who weren't voting? I am sick and tired of people doing this kind of stuff in the EU Parliament. There should not be rules and balances to do this kind of, we have voting, we have democracy, but actually we have this, where people can vote against something and it still passes with majority vote. Not absolute vote, but a majority vote. I am absolutely pissed. You should be absolutely pissed. If you are a European, you should be ready for a crusade. I'm sorry, but if these people do not change how they're acting and how they're voting and how we have changed in European Parliament, I consider the European Parliament a failure. This experiment has failed. Democracy has died, and we no longer, the people, control what is happening around us. What's happening is the government. And who's the government? The people we voted in? No, it's someone else. We did not vote. Because those people who voted for us, they are voting like I think most people would vote, against chat control. The idea of someone scanning your email, scanning your messages, scanning everything you have. scanning maybe even in your house. Maybe they will start putting flock cameras inside your house just to make sure that whatever you're eating from the fridge is not a meat product. Because you will own nothing and be happy. Remember, people, unless you start doing something right now, you are screwed tomorrow. And thank you for listening to this video. I'm an extremist now. I hope you are an extremist tomorrow.